Good afternoon, this is Regina Hansen, and I'm coming to you live from Devon, Alberta, Canada. And I'd like you to join me at the stove. So, how is your day going today? I hope your day is marvelous. My husband came home for lunch, and I want to make a quick taco dinner. So for those people who do not have time to cook but want to eat well, this is one way to do it. Thrive Life prepares food that is ready to eat and can be quickly used. So I'm going to use 2 cups of the prepared ground beef from Thrive. It is absolutely delicious, and it's always good to have a bit of leftovers. So, it's just my husband and I, so it's really, really handy. I don't have to necessarily buy fresh meat if I don't want to. It's also great for storage long term, the food. Many of our foods are good as long as they're not opened, up to 25 years. So that is just an amazing thing to me. And even though they're open, many will last a few months or even up to maybe a year. So it depends when it's opened, and of course, optimal storage, right? Which would be cool and dry. Thrive Life started as a shelving company that provided shelves for food storage. Automatic, not automatic, but a storage system that allows you to make the oldest food come up to the front, and you always know which is your oldest and freshest food. So it's a food rotation system. That's how Thrive Life Foods was started. And this is absolutely amazing because it's groceries delivered to your door. Did you know that approximately 75% of shopping that you do is done on the spot? It's not planned. And so when you go to the store maybe to get butter and milk, you might come home with $50 or $100 worth of groceries you had not planned on spending. So this food is economical and it saves on impulse shopping, so it saves you a lot of money that way. And we just found out that we're going to have free shipping, even in Canada. So free shipping on any purchases, I think, that are over $100 US. I still have to learn all this, but I believe that's how it is. And so I've just turned the stove on. I have 2 cups of our wonderful ground beef meat, which is already cooked and prepared and then freeze dried. And I've added 2 cups of water to it, so I'm just going to bring that to a simmer. I think I'd like to add some green onions to that. So Thrive has a full line of vegetables and fruits and berries, and it has meats, it has a bakery, and it has a dairy line. Now, I happen to also like chili peppers. So I'm going to add some wonderful Thrive chili peppers, also freeze-dried. Again, the freeze-dried is for longevity, and it actually not locks in the nutrition. Our products are grown and field ripened, harvested, and ready to harvested and packaged, usually within 2 to 4 hours from when they're picked. So that locks in about 95% of the nutrients. So the groceries you get from Thrive Food are actually nutrient rich. We have wonderful groceries in the store, but it takes sometimes weeks for the groceries to get from where they are harvested and then transported to where they are being put into the stores for us to buy. So a lot of nutrition is actually lost in the process of shipping, and also when you have to ship so far and with such a length of shipping time, it can lose a lot of nutrients in the process. So I just added 1 package of taco seasoning. And I've just got the heat on medium. So this is coming together nicely here into a delicious taco meal. See how fast that was? It just takes time now to heat through, maybe about 10-20 minutes. And you're done. I have ready here onions and tomatoes and cheese. And I've squeezed some lime juice, fresh lime juice, to put over the tomatoes and onions. And I prefer corn tacos. My friends who introduced me to tacos were born in Mexico, and they made homemade tacos. And boy, did I enjoy those. That's many, many years ago. But since then, I am forever spoiled. It has to be corn tacos. Others are good and tolerable, but if I have a choice, I love the corn tacos. So I'm just going to turn up the heat a little bit here. Make it go a wee bit faster. It's starting to steam. How's your day going today? Hi Haley, hi Sharon, hi Idalise. Thanks for dropping in on my time at the stove. My honey's home for lunch and I want to make a yummy lunch. This week we have some exciting things coming online. At the recent convention, which I was not in attendance at, they released, I think it's like 18 new plated dinners, which will be sort of the idea of the hamburger helper, except with hamburger helper you still have to buy the meat and cook the meat. These meals, the way I understand it, are actually going to be complete, and you just do the 1, 2, 3 step or whatever it is, and it'll be really wonderful. So I'm looking forward to ordering some and trying them out for myself. If you're a busy mom, whether you're working at home or working outside of the home, or a busy dad, this is wonderful. It's also really great when there are only 1 or 2 people because you do not have to buy big batches of food and then throw them out. So here, this is coming together beautifully. See how that is just working? And that's water you see in there. I added no fat. I just used 2 cups of the prepared and ready to use freeze-dried ground beef, which is absolutely delicious, from Thrive, and 2 cups of water. And I added a tablespoon of Thrive freeze-dried green onions and 2 tablespoons of Thrive freeze-dried chili peppers. You should smell this. Oh my. Smells so good. Many of our foods are non-GMO, and many are gluten-free. The last time I checked, I think we had something like 139 gluten-free items in our grocery list. And so many people suffer from gluten intolerance or gluten allergies that it's a wonderful option to have access to. Who's coming for dinner? Wayne's home. Who else can join me? How was your morning? What did you do? I got an unexpected invitation from a friend who was available for a little while. She was on her way to do some work and then found out that what she needed had not been shipped to the place yet, or was not at the place where she was going to do the work. She's a plumber. So she contacted us and we had coffee together and had a really nice visit with our dear friend. And she told us of a near tragedy that she and her family had It was one of those things where your mind is running in 100 directions and you're pulled in this direction with your own duties and your teenagers. And she had food on the stove. Matter of fact, she was going to make tacos. And she is from Mexico. She knows what she's doing. And so she had, I guess, the beef on the stove. And her son says, I gotta go to football. So he decided to eat something else. And one son was laying down and sleeping. And the other son needed to go to football. And so my friend quickly drove her son to the football situation. And then came back, and when she came back, there was smoke billowing out of the windows. And I truly say, our God is good, and He works miracles. And so she came in the house, turned off the stove quickly, and went and got her son up. They had to get out of the house because they couldn't breathe for the smoke. A couple of factors. She had at least covered the pot with a lid, so that was a huge saving grace. And they had windows open in the house, and the room where her one son was sleeping in had the window open and the door closed. So there were miracles all over this big miracle, and we give great thanks to our living God who saves us even when we make mistakes. And yes, His loving handprints of protection are all over this. Everyone was safe. A lot of smoke damage, and thankfully the insurance is looking after that. See how nicely that's coming together? So I'm just going to let some of the water evaporate and all the flavors meld. Kind of a beautifully cool day here today. I like cool days. I feel better on cool days. It's 13.1 degrees here in Devon, which is about half an hour from Edmonton. Inside we have a cozy 21.9. It's nice that you stop in and are keeping me company at the stove, ladies. Thank you for stopping in, and for everyone who's going to watch this video later, thank you. It would be nice to hear from you, even a comment like that. That's interesting, or hey there, or hello, or just something to hear some feedback from you. So you can see the moisture is just about gone, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tacos in the microwave. Just for, let's see, 1 minute I think, because tacos don't take long to heat. Okay, and so now it's just about perfect. See, the water is just about all gone. And I'm covering it with marble cheese slices from Kraft. This is not processed cheese. So you can see how that is just nicely melting together. Ooh la la. And we are done like dinner. So when I take out the tacos, I can just fill them, and we will have a delicious dinner. Okay, that's the tacos being ready. And I'm just going to pour some lime juice over these wonderful tomato and onions. And salt to taste. And pepper to taste. Ooh la la. Can you smell it? So here I have our tacos. One, and two, and three, and one, two, three, four, 5, 6. Hey, Mom, I can count to 6. Woohoo! And we have a little bit left over. So now I'll just mix this up. The onions and the tomatoes. Hi, Antonio. I'm glad you're watching. Thanks for stopping in with me at the stove. So there's some onion and tomato. I love onions. Now, cilantro would have been good, but I used up our cilantro last night. I had made chicken enchilada soup. And so then I make pico de gallo to put into it. And that was really yummy too. So there you go. Wonderful hot homemade lunch for my husband and me. Thank you for joining me at the stove. Hi, Iris. I wish you all a wonderful day. God bless you and good health to you. This is Regina Hansen, independent Thrive Life food consultant.